It is episode 11, two ones. I don't know what reference I want to do for that. Once again, it is the NextGen Playbook podcast. I'm your host, Charlie, with my stupendous co-host, Reed. I think I've said that.
You said that 11 times.
Adjective. I don't think I've said stupendous all the time.
I
But
don't know, man. It's pretty
it's
close.
back. And it's been a stupendous playoff season for the
We
NFL.
I just like to say, first of all, we hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, a very happy holidays. This is our first episode of 2024, and
Yeah,
we're
Happy
ready
New
to
Year's.
we are ready to kick butt in the new year. First full year of the podcast. We started back in May of
We
2023,
actually attempted to start it,
in December
or
of
I think
2022.
literally December 30th. We tried to start it.
And I never set up the YouTube account. But then we went out on a mission. I set up the account, and we felt motivated to post.
Yeah, this
But so here
this
we are.
he's the real MVP of this one. I'm just along for the ride at the moment.
It's fun though, man. All
But
right, let's get into this episode, baby.
yeah,
We're
thank you,
excited.
thank you.
We got a lot planned.
Now speaking of some games, so actually going to be taking place. So what we're going to be saying will be kind of unimportant by the time this is out. Um, but we'll start off with what happened a week ago. The wild card games took place.
Indeed.
Luckily for us, we had a little bit of extra school off, so there wasn't any conflicts with me feeling bad about watching the games.
Right,
Um,
right, right, right. Yeah, yep, yep.
So, it was quite an interesting wild card. I'll say it wasn't really. None of the games were really that good. I think the first game of the slate was Browns
Browns,
Texans.
Texans, yep.
It was close at the start, then some picks by Flacco kind of
Kind of just
petered
made the
off,
game meh.
which kind of sucked. I liked both those teams. I felt like they're the most likable teams in the playoffs, at least for me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate they had to play each other. And only one could win. And none of those teams were really strong enough to beat the Ravens, I'd say, or beat the Bills. Um, But CJ Stroud looked really, really good in that game. Nico Collins is a stud. I can't wait for them to get Tank Dell back
Yeah,
next year. That'll be
100%.
a lot of fun. Dalton Schultz looks young.
I mean, Damian Pierce is still there. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah.
a great year for him, but I mean, he's a very viable running back.
Yeah, I think they just got to keep building up that defense. You saw a lot of great things from Will Anderson in that game, and that secondary was really, really
Really
good
good. And
overall.
even
Yeah.
a guy like Brevin Jordan can kind of show up and put together a good playoff. Although I will say Dalton Schultz is definitely their starting tight end.
Yep, I agree.
Moving on to the other AFC game that took place that day. Was it the coolest game? Was it that or the Bills game? I think
No, it was that Chiefs Dolphins
yeah, it was
game.
Chiefs Dolphins. Another. I wish it was cool. I love when games are super cold and like it's a very tough defensive matchup, but it wasn't close.
It wasn't
So
so defensive. I mean, it kind of
yeah,
was. Tua's got issues, man.
yeah.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
Tyreek wasn't 100% healthy. They didn't have Waddle, did they?
No, I don't think so. No.
Devin HN. This Chiefs defense is really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But we've
This is not the best we've seen out of the Chiefs defense, though, in the Mahomes era. So it's kind of, I mean, it's tough because they've played in two adverse environments, missing players both years that they've been in the playoffs. Um, but both times, especially this one, last time, if Chu was there, they might have won that game. Last year when they had Skylar Thompson in.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah,
a
against
very close
Buffalo.
game, but this one, even with Tua here, they just seemed they just fell flat.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Tua, the Dolphins scored like the best scoring offense in the league, top two for sure, because Dallas was also up there. They beat Dallas in that gutsy game on Christmas Eve, I want to say it was. But they just kind of fell flat. They couldn't beat many good teams. Like
Yeah, I think
the
they felt a lot like they felt a lot
yeah,
like past season's Vikings, where
yeah,
the
yeah.
record didn't really reflect on how they really played.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And that can happen in the National Football League. You can get away with that. Another interesting stat is that like the Patriots beat more playoff teams than the
That
than the
yeah,
Dolphins. And the Patriots won 4 games this year.
and they're picking third.
And two of those games were against playoff teams.
Yeah, so
This the Steelers,
yeah,
whatever, whatever. They put up a good
yeah.
fight. We'll get to that in a
Yeah.
second. We gotta go to the Sunday games now.
You want to start those off?
Yeah, what was the first one? Was it the no, it wasn't the
No, that
Lions.
was the second one. That was
It was the
Packers
Packers Cowboys.
Cowboys. What was going on in Dallas? I thought I thought I thought Aaron really just owned. I thought Aaron was the one who owned the Cowboys, especially the performance back in
I
2016.
think it's any
I
quarterback
think it's just
that
Green
goes into
Bay.
Jerry's world. Yeah.
That's true,
Oh,
but Green Bay specifically,
yeah,
kind
Green
of,
Bay quarter. That's what I'm gonna say. Any Green Bay quarterback that goes into Jerry's world owns it.
yeah. And I mean, the Cowboys. 32 points in the second half was good. Not when you were down
Not when
27.
it's garbage time. Like
Yeah.
that, whatever.
And we saw last year a 27-0 lead being blown. Luckily, the Packers knew to lay on a couple more points.
Oh yeah, they did not shrivel up. They came out the gates
Yeah.
hot. I,
We'll also be getting to the Chargers
they
a
were
little bit later
they
on.
were up 27-7 at halftime, and
Yeah.
they didn't just try to go in a conservative mode because Dallas had just scored in the half, so they got to go out there and just
They
start.
kept flying, and
Yeah,
this was a really good year for Jordan Love and that team
I'm
effort.
very
I'm
impressed by
very,
Jordan
yeah,
Love.
I love Jordan
They
Love.
didn't have a single guy play a snap over 30 years old, I don't think, this
Yeah,
year, or like a single
youngest team in
starter.
the league, which is
Matt LaFleur is a great head coach, by
it.
the way.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
Great, the Packers are gonna be very good for a long time with Jordan
yeah,
Love. I
yeah.
think they found their guy, and
As long as they continue to build around him, I think
yeah,
he's
yeah, for
okay.
sure. And Romeo Dobbs is great. Christian Watson is great.
Yeah, that is. Oh,
Oh my gosh. They've got some other guys I don't know their names and they're still great. I mean,
that's just a really strong team. So,
but Dallas though,
yikes.
you have some things to think about.
Ye-
Is Dak your quarterback? I heard Mike McCarthy is probably going to stick around for one more year, but after this, if he doesn't get you to a conference championship game, man, at
And
least that's
that's
still
like the
not that great.
minimum.
That's at the very minimum. You've got issues. You won the division because the Eagles folded. I mean, that's about it.
And
Um,
you were put in such an advantageous situation with the Eagles falling apart, and then you do nothing with it. This was the year where you guys were supposed to compete with the
they were
49ers.
so stinking. They were moving the ball like crazy. Their defense was really solid, but then they just crumble. Like where was Micah Parsons when you needed him? All right, like sure, Deron Bland is great with
There,
those pick sixes, but like
he's
he got
literally he's
cooked.
Trayvon Diggs
He
2.0.
got cooked this year. I don't know, man.
There are 6-year vets in the NFL that have never seen the Cowboys in a conference championship game. Think about that.
It's crazy,
Think
man.
about that. America's team.
They're not America's team. You know who's
Not
America's
even.
team?
Don't say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it. It's like this year honestly could have been the Green Bay Packers. If they beat the Niners, it honestly would have been the Packers.
I agree. Yeah.
But that's all right.
Or the Bengals. I like Jake Browning.
We were unfamiliar with his game.
No, we weren't unfamiliar with the screen passes. Oh, all right. Moving on to the second game of the slate,
The Lions and the Rams.
which was
That was the
that
best
was the
game.
best game. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it, but
Yeah.
just looking at highlights, that was
Puka Nakua is going to be very good for a long time. I think it's great that they found their guy where they don't have to rely so much on Cooper Cup. He's getting older. He's had those injuries before. He had that
even Tutu had well. He's not great, but
two. Yeah, I
he
mean,
when Cooper Cup was out, it was him and Puka. But,
is Allen Robinson? No, he's in
no,
Tennessee. He's
he's with Pittsburgh.
Oh, is he with Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Whatever. I spat
it's
everywhere.
like Kenny Galladay. No one cares.
Van Jefferson, your guy. Anyways,
On to the next year.
Kyron Williams is a stud, man. I mean,
That
ah,
what a I mean, even when he had to deal with some injuries near the middle of the year, I mean that
and
he came right back
their
fast.
defense, like, it wasn't as strong as it has been. Aaron Donald only had like 6 sacks in the season, I think. But
But
they played well enough to get themselves into a good situation to get into
I
the
mean, a team that
playoffs.
was I think a lot of people were like, oh my, Donald's gonna get traded or retire. McVay's gonna leave. After last year, I think everyone thought everything. This is why you don't play for just. They got through Super Bowl and now they're gonna completely fall off. But they're back.
Do you remember the drama like beginning of the year, maybe even before the season started, about how like Matthew Stafford like didn't even know some of his
Yeah.
rookies'
Oh,
names, and we were just like, oh my God, like they actually might not win a game this
that's
year.
called overreaction. I'll tell you that. But
But he got him
I
nine
think
or ten
they're
wins.
it's hats off to them.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Sean McVay with a great coaching job, by the way. And then Matthew Stafford is really stinking good, and I think we forget that he got hurt last year. Everybody got hurt last year, but I wanted to say Matthew McConaughey for some reason. But anyways, Matthew Stafford's a dang good quarterback, and I think he will be next year too. I'm really excited for this team. However, they just couldn't pull it out, and that's
because
unfortunate.
apparently Jared Goff, that's the team that won that trade. I'm just joking,
I
but
don't know who won
he's
that trade.
I'd still say them. I mean, they got their Super Bowl, so
The Rams.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, Goff is there's no snub at QB either. I mean they deserve that win. That was emotional. It was awesome
Yeah.
just seeing the city of Detroit's entire reaction to, that win. That's what playoff football is all about, man.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, in 30 minutes, the Lions are kicking off. to get a chance to go to the NFC Championship
which
game.
which we will not get to that team yet because the next game we're talking about is Pittsburgh and Buffalo.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Mason Rudolph is your QB, so you know, like there's not a whole lot you can do. They played pretty okay, you know.
Yeah, Pittsburgh played fine. At the beginning was really rough. I really thought Buffalo was going to run away with that
Yeah.
game. They didn't really run away with it. The
Yeah,
final
they
score,
kept it close. Fourth quarter, they pulled away really, and then you
yeah.
know,
But hats off to the Steelers for fighting their butts off this year. Great coaching job once again by Mike
Tomlin
Tomlin.
stays unbeaten.
Tom, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have that set till the end of time,
Yeah, he's coming back next year, which is really good for them. Um, Hopefully Kenny Pickett can kind of find his way.
especially with the new coordinator for a full year.
Hopefully they give George Pickens the ball more. Hopefully he doesn't slack off on his blocks though, and
Yeah, I don't know.
hopefully he doesn't get
And
hit.
Deontay Johnson as well, kind of the same. Please learn how to catch ball consistently as
Yeah,
well.
because he can be really damn good. I know
Oh yeah,
that.
100%. So I mean, things are looking up for the Steelers, I guess.
Yeah, this is a great job by Josh Allen though. Obviously they didn't run away with the game. They put up 31 points. He had like all the touchdowns, either rushing or passing. He didn't turn the ball
I
over.
mean,
And that's
yeah,
huge because that's how they're gonna win games. That's how they can win the Super Bowl. Is they don't turn the ball over because they got a really dang strong team. I said dang a lot, but
I and
they got a good team,
I even
man.
remember episode 9, episode 10, we were talking about how Pittsburgh they might or sorry, Buffalo might miss the
Dude,
playoffs.
that was literally last episode. And then what now, granted, that was a
It was a
while
while
ago.
ago, but still, I think at one point what they had a 14% chance to make the playoffs.
I had them as like my most disappointing team.
Yeah, I had the Jaguars, which at that point they're still in the playoffs and they fell completely out, and that is definitely, I think, probably the most disappointing team this
Yeah, for
season.
sure. But at that point, they're not the Ravens had a good year.
Yes,
The Bills were in it, but that no, they weren't in it because that was when like six teams
we're
were
seven
tied.
and six. Yeah,
Oh my
that was
gosh.
some good play football right there.
Great
Yeah,
times.
seriously.
Couple teams fell off, a couple teams
And
jumped.
that's the difference, man, between some playoff experience, inexperience, and honestly how much you want it. And Pittsburgh wanted it with some good motivation by Sean McDermott that he bestowed upon them in an interesting way. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um,
The final game of the
the
slate.
slate was not a good one
The
either.
Buccaneers versus the Eagles. Baker Mayfield
Oh
is
my God.
back. Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield is back.
That was
Baker Mayfield, more like oh that guy, number 12.
oh,
Whoa,
David Andrews.
no, number 12, not number 60.
Um,
That guy.
yeah, that was. I mean, I still kind of favor the Eagles a little bit. I was like,
Like I
well,
know they've sucked, but
well,
like they're not gonna
this is
suck
this
that
is the
bad.
Eagles. This is a team that at the beginning of this year we're supposed to run away with the NFC, go on a revenge tour. They made it all the way to the Super Bowl last year, even with losing all those games. I was like, all right, this is a Bucks team led by Baker Mayfield. This is 32-9. Listen, I kind of fell off a little bit near the end. I forgot I didn't hear the exact details of Hurts' injuries until 2-3 days before the actual Buccaneers game. But oh my goodness, it's really disappointing. We'll have to see what changes the Eagles make. I mean,
Yeah, Baker Mayfield put the team on his back, man. I'll
hats off, honestly.
Great job, Baker.
That is,
Excited to see what he does against the
yeah,
Lions today.
exactly. It's going to be a really good matchup. Now, moving on to the Lions and the Buccaneers, we're going to move into our divisional reactions and
Right,
predictions.
we're filming this on Sunday, so two games have already happened. Yesterday, the first game was the Ravens versus the Texans. Let's just keep this one short and sweet.
It was like TJ Yates in 2011 all over again.
The Texans just got outmatched in every form of the game. They could have been winning at halftime too. They went in tied and then they just gave up 21 and couldn't score. They didn't score.
17 in the fourth.
They didn't score an offensive touchdown, and you just can't win games like that. CJ Stroud's gonna have a great career ahead of him. They're gonna still be good next year. But they just weren't ready for it. And this Ravens team's really good, man. They're
Yeah,
really good.
I think they're making the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
To be
I
honest,
agree.
they got over the hump. They've never made it past the division round with Lamar, so they finally got it done here, and I think that's probably the biggest burden, honestly.
Yeah. And
Uh,
also this is the first time the AFC Championship game is run through Baltimore. So
actually,
that'll be fun.
they
Because
were
they
they
have
were a wild card team both in 20. Oh yeah,
yeah,
because
because they beat us in New England twice. Yeah, I think they
yeah, because their one home game in 2012 was in the wild card. So
yeah, because they haven't been They haven't been a team for that long. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, because they don't count the Cleveland years.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the other game
Packers
that happened,
Niners.
that was a very good
That
game.
was an awesome game.
Andrews
Anders
Carlson,
Carlson,
don't
bro.
beat yourself up, kid. It'll be okay.
Anders Carlson, bro.
You might want to pray too that when you're kicking though.
You got all of Green Bay on your back right now, and I kind of feel bad for him. But I mean, at the end of
That
the
was a
day,
really good year. It was a good game. I mean, I honestly like they outplayed them for most of that game. I'd say
yeah,
the 49ers were able to pull together at the end because system system QBs know what to do in a situation like that when they have really good talent around them.
system. Which one?
It's the one taking a step from David Andrews.
Which one? Wait, who's the better player in that picture? David Andrews or Tom Brady?
David Andrews, centers are underappreciated. So
Right.
don't tell me longevity. David Andrews spent a long time in the league for a center. So
Yeah, he's been there since 2015.
wow, that
That was the one against the Falcons.
I know. So that was only in his second year.
Yeah, he might have been a rookie that year, actually.
Really? Wow. Wait, what was his name? Mitchell, the receiver from Georgia, Mitchell,
Malcolm Mitchell.
Malcolm Mitchell.
Dude, he was a dog.
He was so good for that one year, and then injury, right? As career ending.
Ah, maybe. I don't know. We've had a lot of guys like that. They're just 1 year wonders.
Scott or not? No, Chris Hogan. Yeah.
Chrissy Hogan. He's not a 1 year wonder.
No.
He was there for all three Super Bowls that we run.
And then he went to the Jets.
He's been to a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Um,
Panthers too, right? Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Sorry for getting sidetracked. All right. For the game about to kick off. Bucks, Lions, go.
I think it's really huge because the Bucks defense, I think, is pretty solid overall. And they've been solid the past couple of years. The Lions secondary is a little suspect. Um, just don't get beat over the top by Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And I think they're gonna be
Yeah.
fine. You know, you got the home field advantage, you got the crowd in your favor. Go out there, ball out, limit your mistakes. And if you're the Bucks, you absolutely have to limit your mistakes. This is a very difficult
Bringing Kyle Trask.
this is a very difficult environment to have to play in for a team like this who finished 8-9-8 or 8-9.
8-9.
Yeah, they finished under 500.
I mean, they went farther than I think anyone was expecting this.
Yeah, for sure.
Year,
But
so.
that home playoff game makes a huge difference. So you have to limit your mistakes and then get off the field on third down.
Just try to shut down one facet of that Lions offense.
Whether
because you're not gonna be able to, you can't stop Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, and then you can't also stop Amon-Ra and Jared Goff as well. So really, I don't maybe balance it, zone in on one. Just I don't know, do something to just because Goff, I will say, in a spot where he's really uncomfortable, he's not going to thrive. So that's what you need to do: make that offense uncomfortable and put them in tough spots.
Yep.
So it's going to be down to the defenses.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really fun game. It'll probably be maybe not a low scoring game, but it's not going to be like a shootout, I don't think. Because I don't think both teams are capable of that at the moment. Because both teams I just don't think the Bucks offense is nearly good enough to do that, and I don't think the Bucks defense is going to give up that many points.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I've been very wrong before on this podcast.
Oh, me too. Don't worry. It didn't predict a single playoff game right. Not a single one. Didn't get a single matchup right.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
And then the game we've kind of all been waiting for, the Bills versus the Chiefs. First time the Chiefs have to go into Highmark Stadium. Highmark Snowstorm.
They're building a new stadium, so
it's not gonna have a roof on it.
I know, that's wild.
It's crazy, man.
Syracuse exists, bro. Honestly, I was like, why don't they just play in Syracuse?
At the Carrier Dome?
Yeah, why? If it's so cold, why not just go to Syracuse?
Dude, I don't know, man, but we'll just see what happens here. The Chiefs are crap. Their defense is really good. The key for them in this game is to get the Bills off the field, which is obvious, and make Josh Allen uncomfortable, make him try to do too much.
Yeah,
because he doesn't have to do too much in this game. If he can run 15 yards, he better scamper 15 yards and not just try to throw the ball. All right.
We saw take your yards early on.
Yeah, take your yards. I mean, the Bills beat them earlier this year on a interesting call. We'll leave it at that. But it was probably the right call still, but we'll leave it at that. Just don't give up the big play and make Josh Allen uncomfortable. Make him make mistakes because he can do that.
If for the Bills, it's really just Mahomes and just try and find a way around that really good defense. And I think the big thing is going to be Josh Allen's composure and what he then how that affects. I mean, even then, it's the it's going to be down to stopping Holmes. We've seen Josh Allen play maybe the game of his life against the Chiefs in the division round before, and that still was not enough. That was a
Yeah,
very different Chiefs
that's a
team.
very good Chiefs team at that.
That was a very different Chiefs team. So we'll see how things turn out. I'm excited though.
Yeah,
This
this
is
will
the
be a
game
fun
we've been
game.
waiting for. I should have gotten $5 out of this. Um, but someone isn't confident in their bets, so
Somebody's a little delulu.
yeah,
It's not one of us,
yeah.
except it's another person.
So yeah. Now moving on to a different facet of the NFL. We know it's been a long segment, but it's the most important time of the year. We've already seen a couple coaches move about in the college game and the NFL game. We'll get to college in a little bit, but I think the most in the North, the biggest name is going to be Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick is out in New England. They decided to mutually part ways after 23, 24 years of excellence. It's a big loss for New England, but it was time to move on. Robert Kraft has been wanting to move on for now a couple of years. I think he ends up in Atlanta.
2 interviews. That's a good sign.
Yeah,
If I swear, if we blow a 2 interview lead on Bill Belichick,
well, they also interviewed Harbaugh twice, or they're going to, but I don't think they're getting
I
Harbaugh.
don't want Harbaugh.
Um,
I want Belichick.
yeah, but I think thank you. You're not delusional either because you know he's a good coach.
Yeah, because
Okay,
he
whatever.
took system QBs very far. So
All right. Not Mac Jones
you
though.
walked into that one, bud.
He could not
You
take he
you
could
walked into that one.
he could not take Mac Jones very far though, which is unfortunate.
We're gonna sign Malik Cunningham in free agency.
Ah,
That's the plan.
all right,
I got
all
it all
right.
mapped out. Or Justin Fields.
So I'm glad we agree on that. We can make this short and sweet. Vrabel is out in Nashville. That's very interesting because
I thought there's no he goes to anywhere that isn't New England, but
yeah, but and now I'm starting to think about this. If Tomlin left the Steelers, that's a match made in heaven.
oh,
Vrabel to Pittsburgh,
that's
but Tomlin is staying. I don't know where Vrabel goes. I don't think he goes to the
I think
Chargers.
you don't think?
Dude, I think Harbaugh goes there. If Harbaugh doesn't leave, then I think Vrabel goes to the Chargers.
That's the big thing. But you're right. I don't know. I mean, maybe after the disappointment of Peterson's year this year in Jacksonville, they try and turn it
Maybe
around. But I don't know if he goes.
too soon, man. Too
Yeah,
soon.
I don't know. There's not really a whole lot of openings, but there's a lot of good available coaches. We don't know a whole lot of openings yet. I'm sure more will open up, but don't know.
Yeah, no,
Actually, wait, but the fall off from Tennessee to Carolina would be pretty bad.
I don't think he goes to Carolina. I highly doubt that.
I don't.
They got a decent defense, but
Why would you want to go to
you need a
Carolina?
more offensive minded coach right there because their defense is okay. Brian Burns is fine. JC Horn is fine.
JC Horn's very good.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll revisit that once we know a little bit more about openings. But
Yeah.
speaking of the Chargers job and Jim Harbaugh, that seems to be a move that might occur.
He's had praise for Justin Herbert in the past. The only issue is I feel like Harbaugh's a more offensive minded coach, kind of unlike his brother.
Well, he was a special teams coordinator before he became.
I guess yeah, that's true. They both were. But the Chargers' biggest flaw right now is their defense, and it's been their defense. They've since Justin Herbert came in the league, they've scored the most points and given up the most points since 2020. And you're just not going to win football games by doing that, by giving up that many
They should have like
points.
3 or 4 playoff appearances. They could have made the playoffs in his rookie year, honestly.
Yeah, 2020 season.
Yeah, they had so many blown leads.
I know
So
they
many.
lost 45 nothing to a certain team called New England, but that's unimportant.
We'll get to baseball, and who's going to talk about a move no one cares about too. So, oh, okay. Well, yeah, Harbaugh might go to the Chargers. Brandon Staley stinks. We all know that. So,
Screw you, Staley.
now moving down.
Fire crop. Wait, is it Stan? No, Spanos.
Spanos. Crunky's the Rams and Arsenal guy.
We hate Stan Kroenke. There's nobody on this earth I hate more than Stan Kroenke, I
Well,
think.
I don't like murders. They're not cool.
I mean, you don't like murders?
I don't like murderers.
Oh,
They're not chilling.
I just don't like Stan Kroenke.
Yeah.
All of St. Louis also
I
hates
don't like
Stan
system
Kroenke.
QBs who are in New England that wear 12 too. I don't like those people.
Tony Eason. What? He didn't even wear 12.
He's not in the system QB either. Was he the scrambler?
I think so.
Yeah.
He's the one that took us to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, we get 2 QBs.
Sell Bears. Oh, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Plunkett?
No, it wasn't
No.
Plunkett. He was in LA at that point. He was a bus for y'all. Anyways, moving down south, at least in importance of footballs, we go into college. It was a very good. It was probably the best semifinals we've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl was great, man.
Sugar Bowl was
Alabama, Michigan, the Sugar Bowl was great, man.
awful play calling on Alabama's part.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't. Our O line's been very bad, but let's run three straight run plays.
Well, apparently that last play was supposed to be a pass, but the center, what's his face?
Bro, he missed like 17 snaps. Pull him at that point.
Yeah, I feel like you could get your tackle to do better snaps than
Honestly,
that.
I could do better snaps than that.
Yeah, seriously. You just blocking would be a little hard,
Seriously, I'd probably die, but
it's all right.
it is what it is. Um, yeah, pretty bad national championship. Penix was injured. I think we all kind of knew Michigan was going to win that. They were just a better all-around team.
Yeah.
It was kind of just JJ McCarthy, and he didn't have to do much because they got off to
Mhm.
such a good start. So it could have been a better natty, but the
It's
playoffs, the
Playoffs were
semifinals
good.
were so good.
Yeah.
So I'm not really that mad.
Yep. And then we go now to the biggest news of them all, Nick Saban retiring. Why does it say firing on here? Did I write that?
That was you.
That's on me. I got it mixed up.
Yeah.
But Nick Saban retiring, that's massive. They've lost like
Yeah.
10 guys.
Already. Caleb Downs is so good, and he's gone now.
And Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, Milrow, I think he's sticking around. So.
Yeah, Kellen DeBoer should be a good coach, but they're not going to win 10 games, I don't think, this year.
10 games? I don't think they're going to win 10 games.
They're
Oh, that's right, because Texas and Oklahoma are coming, so their schedule's going to be really tough.
Yeah, they got
That's a good question now. 10 games.
Yeah, you got the hardest schedule in the league.
Oh, us, we're not winning 2 games. Go Gators, but we're not winning two. We're winning 2 games. And then Michael's going to transfer. He's going to go to USC, where his daddy wanted him to go. And then I'm going to be super sad because I love DJ Lightweight, and I've been waiting for.
All right.
You get to talk to the Cardinals. Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad's been telling me though this is going to be like Bear Bryant, so Saban might just kill over and die in 6 months because all he had was coaching. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, DeBoer's really good, but it's different. This is Saban. He has been like the constant in college football for so long, except for those years in the NFL. But we don't really talk about.
Yeah, we don't talk about those 2 years. God, it's such a weird time to be alive. I can't imagine being alive at that point.
Just about like college football. We're gonna get NCAA 24 without Nick Saban.
Wow, we had to wait that long.
Honestly.
Jeez.
Well, no, I think he was. No, they didn't have his license.
We got the mewing emoji before GTA 6 and NCAA 24 or 25 or whatever.
There's not a mewing emoji. You have to make it. Anyways.
No, yes, there is.
They made one?
Yes.
No, I thought it was just like that, and then you had to do the quiet thing. Is that what it is?
No, I mean, it kind of is. I'll show it to you after this.
Okay.
We've been talking about football for a while. We still got another thing of football to talk about.
Yeah, okay.
The max draft,
we're on to the draft.
mock draft, top 3. Bears, I think Bears via the Panthers get Marvin Harrison Jr.
This bad mock draft.
The Commanders get Caleb Williams because Sam Howell is straight booty, and the Pats go after Michael Penix because he reminds me a little bit of that man, just southpaw.
Oh, so system QB?
Okay.
Pats trade up and go with Caleb Williams because
Go.
Because why would the Bears stay there and draft Marvin Harrison when they could just trade down? Or they could trade on with someone in the lower top 10 and get like Joe Wall or someone, or maybe like Romeo Udonzi or League Neighbors. I don't know. The Commanders get Drake May because and then the Bears for me because they traded with the Pats are 3, so they get Marvin Harrison Jr. or Joe Wall. Joe Wall's very good. Anyways, finally done football. Golly,
Thank freaking God.
This is gonna be such a long episode. All right. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 12 years, 325 Dodgers, 159 wins incoming.
And they lose to the 85 win Cardinals for the power.
The 81 and 81 Rockies.
Through the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Through Chris Bryant, the power of friendship. Ryan McMahon and the power.
Yeah. A move that actually happened
funny.
this weekend. You can talk about your stupid move in a second. A move that actually happened this weekend. Astros get an elite closer. Closer and hater, 5 years, 95.
The only issue is he's kind of like a woman beater, kind of.
He is?
In 2018, right before the All-Star game, he
I like him.
well, that was like a while ago, man. I like him too.
Why do long-haired blonde pitchers want to do that? Like Mike Clevenger?
Did Noah Syndergaard ever do something? No, Noah's too good of a guy.
No, I love he's Thor. Yeah.
He's our savior, not a woman beater.
Yeah, exactly. You can talk about your stupid move now. Matt Carpenter.
I don't have a Cardinals hat. with me at the moment.
I don't think he's any Cardinals memorabilia
No, I
either.
do. I got a Cardinals hat for Christmas. It's actually sick. I'm gonna
No,
show it to you.
no memorabilia
Oh,
though.
no, not up there. But
We got Cole Hamels.
Matt Carpenter just signed a 1-year deal with the St. Louis Cardinals
Is it
for
veterans minimum?
700 something thousand.
Okay,
So
so
maybe I
yeah,
don't know.
probably.
But just a last hurrah, happy for the guy. Maybe he'll bring back some of that secret salsa that he had in that 2018 season, and
Probably not.
probably not. But
He was good with the Yankees, so maybe.
yeah. I'm glad he's back though. I'm really happy. He was with Atlanta, and then they cut him. So
So he's not good.
welcome to the squad, Matt. Can't wait to beat the 155 win Dodgers to the power of friendship between Matt Carpenter and Lars Nootbaar.
Yeah.
Tommy Edman.
I'm not gonna talk about the Braves postseason quite yet because I don't really know yet. It's weird. Maybe we get a good bullpen guy. Probably not though, because
Alex Anthopoulos is kind of drunk right now.
I don't know what he's doing, man.
It's just weird, man.
I mean,
And we just extended him too, which is
yeah,
funny.
but I mean, he wanted a stinking
Got a ring. You got a ring.
Yeah, I mean,
They got that.
that was all him. Well, not all him, but his moves won us that ring.
Dude, that trade deadline was an
I know.
insane time to be
I thought
alive.
Rick Rodriguez was going to be our best pickup, and then he had like 1 or 2 appearances. Didn't even make a playoff.
Who was the best one? It was Soler, probably, right? Soler and Eddie were like really
I
close that
think
year.
Eddie, honestly.
I agree. Soler was just kind of home run or bust. Did he win? He won World Series MVP,
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Because Rosario
But
was
like,
CS
I
MVP.
think Rosario was our best, like, because I'm also trying to think about the regular season. Because like, Jock was pretty good, but really just during the
He
division
was just a
round.
pinch hit role kind of guy.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
That was a great time to be alive, though,
Honestly,
man.
that was great, except for the fact that Miss Lucero, my 7th grade
Our.
teacher, our 7th grade teacher, kind of assigned me so much homework, so I missed like half the World Series,
No, it's because you were probably behind on your essay or something. That's
which
the
I got 0 out of 15 points on for grammar. I got an 85 and got 0 out of 15 points for grammar.
Oh, it's the argumentative essay about why Tom Brady's not the GOAT, even though he is the GOAT. But that's for another time.
Now we'll show you those essays because mine's better.
It probably is.
Still 0 out of 15 on grammar. Anyways, other football. We're going across the pond. Going to England. Reed's been there. He'll tell you about it.
England.
The Prem. Your team versus Chelsea. Which one is going to turn it on first?
Chelsea.
You think?
Manchester United doesn't have enough time to turn anything around. They're not getting top 4. They might not even get the Europa League. It's a terrible time to be alive.
Yeah, they are in 7th at the moment, so they, depending on who wins these trophies, they would be in the Europa Conference League. So, but I mean, like, it's really tough. They got Jim Ratcliffe is now what, 25% owner?
Something like that.
So maybe a cash influx. I doubt it.
Fire, Ten Hag.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, Sancho's apparently the property's really balling out, which we'll get to that move in
But I
a
should
second.
Dortmund.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's tough. I think they've only won one of their past 5 um league matches up in Manchester.
We tied Tottenham last week, even though we were winning twice.
It's tough.
That win against Aston Villa though was massive.
We won't talk about Newcastle.
I'll let you go.
10th, you can make fun of me, but
Nah, because
10th of the Premier.
Newcastle's a kind of an easy team to like. The only issue is they're only good because of the money, the oil money.
Yeah.
You know that too.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Not Manchester United. We just
Miguel Almiron wasn't even good. He just became good because of the oil money. I don't know.
okay.
He was good, but he just wasn't great.
Let's move to España.
Girona.
Girona.
Kind of keeping pace. I think Vardred is gonna peek him out a little bit after today's matchups because they're gonna win. Or I think they've already won.
Who?
Vardred. Look them up. 2017, 2018, 2016 Champions League matches and also La Liga matches. There's a reason Casemiro got so many red cards when he came over here because they were actually calling him. Vardred. I still hate Barcelona though. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, Girona. Man City Football Group knows what they're doing.
Indeed.
So it's not even like an influx of cash. Most of their players are like loans from City Football Groups, but that's besides the point.
Let's go to Deutschland now.
The crazy game today. Bayern lost 1-0 to Werder Bremen, so the gap between them and Leverkusen 7 points.
7 points. Oh my God.
27 games played for Xabi Alonso's side, and they have not lost a single one.
That's incredible, man. We're starting to see like what 04 Arsenal or was it
03 or 4.
03 or 4, yeah.
03 or 4 also, but I don't think they'll be able to keep it up. But
Nope.
still, this is awesome. Their left backs and right what's it called? Landon Grimaldo. No, it's Landon Grimaldo. Wait, it is? It's Landon Grimaldo, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's Grimaldo and Jeremy Frimpong. Both killer, really good. Victor Boniface is good. Uh, yeah, Nathan Teller's cool. I like their midfield. They got. I called this at like the start, by the way. I said that they were going to be good. Roll the
Yeah,
tape.
you did. No, you did.
Yeah.
You did. You did.
So yeah, and then Liverpool unlucky with some AFCON injuries and departures.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
I just want to go back to Manchester United real
Oh
quick
yeah,
because I
yeah.
forgot about this. Onana leaving for AFCON.
Kind of late.
That might be a good thing though, man.
We'll get to
That
see what Bayender can
that
do.
might be a good thing because Onana's led in a lot of howlers this year, and with how weak our attack is,
Yeah, Anthony still has not scored a Prem goal
we've got the pieces,
this
man.
year.
Hoyland is good.
And Hoyland's good
Garnacho's good.
on his day.
I don't think Rashford's washed yet,
Just
but
he's inconsistently consistent.
yeah, exactly. Like that. It's like that night in Paris, and then like
Yeah.
last year he was really good. He scored like 30 something goals in all competitions, and
McTominay is very, very, very good, and I'm definitely not saying
yeah,
this because it's funny.
no, it is funny. You know, he's also been good. Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire's been good. I
He
mean,
won like October or
in
something like Premier League Player of the Month or
I
something.
mean, injuries have been kind of an issue with guys like Varane, and I think Varane and Casemiro are probably going to be moving soon, honestly.
Yeah, I know, man.
Antony's probably on his last legs, to be quite honest. I think they're only keeping him on because they don't have a whole lot of winger depth. But yeah, moving on to other prem sides.
You better get this over with quick, dude. This is more than I thought.
Okay, it'll be fast. I can do rapid fire. Anyways, Liverpool unlucky with AFCON. Mo Salah injured. We'll have to see how far that goes. Arsenal only really lose Takahiro Tomiyasu to the Asian Cup. Man City's in a very, very,
What about
very.
Saka? Is he not going to Nigeria to play for him? I shouldn't have said that, should I? He doesn't play for Nigeria. He plays for England.
Whoa,
Oh my
what?
God, he plays for England. Oh my God, he plays for England, doesn't he?
He played in the Euro
He
final.
plays for England. Oh my God, he's an Englishman. I forgot he's an Englishman. I forgot he's an
Fine, it's
Englishman.
fine, it's fine.
He's an Englishman. I forgot he should not play for England, but he plays for England. Holy crap.
He was
I
born in England. His parents are just from Nigeria.
I'm done. I'm done. I quit.
Okay, well you can go off screen for a little bit while I
I'm done.
speak
I
about
can't do this.
speak about the January transfer. He's walking away. All right, rapid fire. Oh, we'll see. I mean, maybe Man City or Aston Villa are able to take like a big lead because Liverpool.
He's English.
Yeah, he is English. Yeah, you're wrong. Hey, Nathan Tella switched his allegiance from England to Nigeria though, so you're not super wrong. He's still super. Okay. Anyways, January transfer window. We're only halfway through, but Tottenham have been very active. They moved Ivan Perisic back to his home country of Croatia, and he's going to go on a confirmed loan. His weekly wages, by the way, are £1 a week for the rest of the season at Hajduk Split. They also got Radu Jackson, and then they moved Eric Dyer on a loan to Bayern. They got Timo Werner as well, and I think that's it. Oh, they also got Sergio Reguilon. He came back from Manchester United, and he's moved to Brentford once more, who also just got Ivan Toney back, and he scored on his debut with a little bit of trickery. Look that up. Anyways, Jordan Henderson, weirdest move of all time, moving to Ajax. So a very interesting moment there with Jordan Henderson moving away. He did not get a dime out of Saudi Arabia, and he is no longer liked in England. Let's keep going. Sancho back in black. He is back in back in black and yellow. You know, black is the new yellow or whatever it's called. I don't know. Sancho's in Borussia Dortmund. He's back in Germany. He's done very well in his 2 appearances. Stupid thing about the penalty though. People always do that, so no one really cares. Struggling are Olympiacos Lyon trying to make some changes in the transfer
Oh
window.
yeah, are they
So
still
maybe
sucking, by the way?
yeah, a little bit. Gift Orban from Genk, a striker. Very cool. I like him a lot. He's from Nigeria, actually. Malik Fofana, a really good price, I think. He also moves there. And then a couple guys moving away from Brazil. Lucas Berardo from Sao Paulo to Brazil, sorry, PSG. He's a center back. Then we got Marcos Leonardo from the relegated Santos side. He is moving. He is a striker to Benfica. Then Artur Guimarães from Palmeiras. He's a winger on like a 13 million euro fee to Zenit. I think those are all the important moves. So
Well,
I feel like I did that quite fast.
I feel like Bukayo Saka is still should be playing for Nigeria.
His parents are was born in England.
All right, I'm gonna just go through my team to highlight so that you can get a little break from your little yap session. The 2019 Dallas Stars and my team to highlight, who also have green like the Nigerian flag,
It's gonna be a thing now.
who Bukayo Saka definitely plays
Which, by
for.
the way, Nigeria have 2 goals in AFCON and 4 points. Oh,
Dang.
and Victor Osimhen's getting outpaced by AFCON third division Belgium strikers, which Gift Orban moved from Belgium to Olympiacos Lyon, and he is Nigerian.
Okay, this is gonna be a good thing from now on. So the 2019 Dallas Stars went 43, 32, and 7 with 93 points. All right, not a bad year. They came fourth in the Central Division. They lost in the second round of the playoffs to the St. Louis Blues in 7 games, double overtime. Pat Maroon put one, or Robert Thomas put one behind Ben Bishop, hit the post in the crease. It's knocked in by Maroon. Bring out the Zambonis. The Blues win. In the first round, they I misspelled that. They beat Nashville in 6 games. Kind of an interesting year. I'm gonna put this ball down. Kind of an interesting year for Dallas. They came 29th out of 31 teams in total goals
Yikes.
scored. Um, their leading scorer only had 33 goals and 80 points overall. That man happened to be Tyler Seguin, Boston Bruins legend Tyler Seguin. Um, the veteran team, they had Alexander Radulov, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, Ben Bishop. Um, God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Anton Khudobin was their backup goalie. That's a good name. Um, Now I know what it feels like to name random hockey players like you name random soccer players that are like hard to pronounce. Try saying Anton Khudobin 10 times fast. Don't actually.
Try and say Bukayo Saka is Nigerian.
Is that our new December 15th at 11 p.m.?
It's our,
Is that our new Roman Empire?
let's finish your segment.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of Roman Empire, the Oversimplified History posted. Watch it.
Yes. Some of their better younger players included Miro Heiskanen and Esa Lindell. Two very good defensemen. I think Esa Lindell's on defense. I don't remember where Miro Heiskanen plays. I remember though, I was like 10 years old watching this series, obviously cheering for my dear St. Louis Blues.
I wonder why you picked that.
And these two son of a guns were just thorns in my side this whole series. They were really stinking good. In net was Ben Bishop with a 27-15 record. Record for goalies, just like starting pitchers, isn't very important. Um, 934 save percentage, which is just insane. That would get him a Vezina in today's NHL. And I know this was only like 5 years ago, but today's NHL is very high scoring. The Bruins put up 9 on the Canadiens last night.
Wow.
Yeah. With a 198 goals allowed, I personally believed he was snubbed to the Vezina. I know the Tampa Bay Lightning, who won the President's Trophy this season that I'm talking about. Andre
We
Vasilevsky.
lost in the first round.
Yeah, they got swept by Columbus.
Yeah.
They had never made it to the second round, and they just beat like what at that point the greatest regular season team of all
Sounds
time.
about right.
Yeah. I personally think he was snubbed of a Vezina trophy. But Andre Vasilevsky got it. I'll have to look more into his numbers. But a very interesting year. They gave up like the second least amount of goals, so that's how they made it so far. So a very defensive heavy team, and if they put a goal past the goalie, then they'd probably win the game. They only needed one or two, man, and it was a pretty low scoring series. I remember game 6, I think the Blues maybe put up 5 goals. There was one goal where Ben Bishop got hit in like the neck with a puck, and the Blues regained. It was on a slap shot, and the Blues regained possession. So the referees couldn't blow the play dead. So Ben Bishop is like it's like on the ice, like grabbing his neck,
Oh my gosh.
and they couldn't blow it dead, and then we scored because we had like a wide open net.
That's not top 10 soccer respect moments right there.
That's not, but we were facing elimination, so every goal we could get was massive. Ben Bishop, St. Louis native, by the way. Um, Anyways, let's move on to you and your interesting team.
Yeah, I'm talking about a team that got relegated from the Premier League this past season. They went on an incredible, improbable run all the way to European competition. Um, it's not Leicester. I'm not basic. Still Southampton. Managed by Ronald Koeman, who had some very good years as a player with Barcelona in the 90s, finished sixth in the league in 15-16. They actually finished eighth and seventh the 2 years prior, and they finished eighth the next year. They're talisman, they're the Senegalese men in a long-term relationship with an 18-year-old.
Nigerians.
Senegal, Nigeria, close.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sadio Mane, he's been in a long-term relationship with an 18-year-old. And he scored 11 goals in this 15-16 season. He was the shared highest scorer in the league with Graziano Pele. He was the real Pele. Actually, the top Peles are Graziano Pele, Abede Pele, and then Pele. Top players, other than that, Virgil van Dijk, just Southampton apparently a factory for soon to be Liverpool players. Dusan Tadic, who was a legend at Ajax. I think he moved to Turkey this past season. 21 goals and assists in all competitions. Ryan Bertrand and Victor Wanyama holding down the midfield, two
Victor,
very
where my mama?
yeah, he a very interesting Twitter account back when it was on whatever unwatched. Um, Jose Fonte was their captain. Fraser Forster, who was with he might still be with Spurs. He had a very highly touted prospect with Celtic moved here. He was their main keeper. Youngsters Mane and VVD both were 23 and 20, I think maybe. Cedric Soares, who I think is technically with Arsenal, but he's been all known for a bunch of years now. Oriol Romeu, who is with Barcelona, then and no one likes him there. And then James Ward-Prowse, who moved away from Southampton due to their relegation
Where's he now?
at West Ham.
That's what I thought.
Underrated player that I'll give a little chit chat about. Shane Long was kind of put together the full front three with Sadio Mane and Graziano Pele. He had 12 goals in all competitions. They made it to the quarterfinal of the League Cup or the Carabao Cup, but they unfortunately lost to Liverpool, who they finished above in the league, and Chelsea. They finished above both of them in 2015-16. Very weird year. Next year, they finished third in their Europa League group. And in 15-16, they did not make it through the playoffs of the Europa League qualification because there's no Conference League back then. By 18-19, VVD, Tadic, and Mane were all gone. Mane actually left directly after the 15-16 season. Probably started his long-term relationship with an 18-year-old. Yes, I will continue to bring that up. VVD moved after 17-18, yes. And then Tadic also moved after 17-18. So, yeah, weird that this team was that good, but there's usually like one team that kind of stands out and does better than expected. They didn't really score a whole lot of goals, but they didn't really have to. The defense was pretty good with VVD. Sadio Mane was good. Dusan Tadic was good. You know, you know the drill.
I do know the drill indeed, yes.
Oh, Matt Target, if you're a Newcastle fan, you might know him. He was also on this team. But
only you, buddy. Only you.
Yeah, or Aston Villa fan. Anyways, I'm done. We are done. That was my first soccer team. I think I might do a couple more of those from now on. You know what I'm saying? All right, low lights of the week. We gotta end it off on high notes. We'll start with the low lights. You want to go first?
We talked about them earlier. The Eagles. There's nothing much to say. They
Jacob
suck.
Kelsey retired too, so that sucks.
Well, not officially yet.
But it's pretty much over.
I think.
Yeah.
And Nick Sirianni's still going to be the head coach, which is wild. But hey, Vrabel to
Sure, they're a
Philadelphia.
coordinator. That's all I got to do.
Vrabel to Philadelphia. Who knows? Anyways, you can
That'd be cool.
you can start talking.
AS Roma. We fired our awesome head coach. We literally hadn't won a trophy.
Wait, what's his name? Sorry, I don't remember.
The chosen one.
Well, sorry, what?
Jose Mourinho.
Never heard of him. Never heard of her. Never heard of her.
We literally had not won a trophy since the turn of the millennia. And then he won his trophy in his first year, and then we made it all the way to the Europa League final. We should have won the Conference League. Very first year of the Conference League. We should have won the Europa League final last year, but the refs were biased, and they probably got paid off by Sevilla because
that was funny. I watched that.
Jose was mad. I was mad. We were all mad. It was a tough year. We don't have any money. Literally, we didn't make. I think we made two permanent signings, but both of them were free transfers. So like we're out of money. Everything else is a loan deal. Lukaku is good, but Tammy Abraham's injured right now. We are 8th in the league right now, but it's like literally the difference between 9th and 4th is 3 points. That's the difference.
Dang.
Between everyone.
How many make the Champions League? Top 4?
Top 4. And so you need to be in the top 7 to make European positions. We got Diego De Rossi. I don't know. He probably didn't meet eye to eye with actual like the board or whatever, but it sucks. I love Jose Mourinho. He was so cool, and it looked like it hit him pretty hard. So that sucks.
Yeah, but
if we lose that ball, I don't know if I'm going to continue to be a fan of this.
I got you that scarf. You best believe you're going to continue to be a fan. You got me
Yeah.
the shirt. I got you the scarf. All right, we're going to continue to be fans of our clubs.
You should have worn the shirt.
It's dirty at the moment.
Because he wears it so much. Because he loves it so much. Highlights. That was sad.
You can start because yours. We already kind of talked about this.
CJ Stroud. I love you. I love that whole. Actually, you know what? The two teams that I love the most are the Packers and the Texans. I don't care about the Falcons anymore. I hate Arthur Smith. I'm so happy.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Well,
Get him out of
he's
here.
gone.
I'm very happy that CJ Stroud was happy, and I'm happy that the Packers won because the Packers are the finest team in the history of football. Okay, I'm
I
done.
agree with that. I agree with that statement. Bills Mafia unites. They're hiring people to shovel the stadium,
For 20
which is
bucks.
pretty stinking cool. I'm not gonna lie. Bills fans are some of the best in football. When their quarterback's not turning the ball over, so then they don't complain because when they complain, they get pretty stinking annoying. And they're sometimes
Oh, imagine,
delusional. They're delusional, and then they need.
imagine Pats fans.
But
Pats
then,
fans are even
but
worse.
they
Do
need
you
to.
know a Pat? Do you know a Pats fan?
I don't.
Mm.
But then Bills fans also need to remember, like, they need to stop being so delusional because they also lost like 4 straight Super Bowls. How do you lose 4 straight Super Bowls? How?
The
How?
Vikings are most of that in the 70s. Ask them.
How? How do you lose 4 straight Super Bowls? All right, you guys need to pump the brakes. All right, just because you guys are a little hot right now, like you guys still got to run.
They've been good for 4 years. What do you
If
mean?
y'all win this game,
Five.
y'all still got to run through Baltimore, which is not easy at all.
Yeah, I think that's where their season comes to an end.
Yeah, I think
The home field advantage is quite good.
I think that's where everybody's season comes to an end.
Anyways, actually there was a little bit of chaos in the middle end. Once again, it's been the NextGen Playbook podcast. This has been episode 11. I'm your host Charlie with my amazing co-host Reed. We'll be back at you with another episode.
Bukayo Saka is a Nigerian.
No, no.